This is What's New, taking a look at you and your world. The unusual, the entertaining, and the stimulating. With Warren Martin, Nancy Nelson, and Gil Amundsen to let you know what's new.
Good morning. It's great to have you with us here today on What's New. After a day of respite because of political coverage, we're going to get you back into the real world today.
We are indeed. We have some wonderful guests, dear friends of ours, the Vogley family, Fred and Anna Mae today, their daughter Stephanie and their newest son Nicholas, all here to make some beautiful music.
And we'll also visit with Linda Marzinski, an incredible lady who is able to function very, very ably in her world despite being a triple amputee.
We're going to take a look at something very brief about Tom Merton. He is the subject of a movie starring Robert Redford called Brubaker. So there's a great deal ahead on What's News. Sit down and relax. Now it's time for news.
Gil Amundsen, tell us what's happening today. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning on another summer day. Not as hot as yesterday, but still warm. The high today near 90 on mostly fair skies, 85 right now, and more on that a bit later. Here at home, things should be a little bit better than yesterday for the Twin Cities, fair and warm with a high near 90 today. Upper 60s tonight with a 30% chance of showers or thunderstorms. Tomorrow's high again near 90. In the Twin Cities right now, 85 degrees, mostly sunny skies, 44% humidity. We have a nice morning. That's it. News Center 11 at 5:30 this afternoon. Now back to Nancy and Warren.
Thank you, Gil. The current issue of People magazine features an article about the real counterpart of Robert Redford's Brubaker. His name is Tom Merton, and Nancy visited with him to find out what the real Brubaker is all about.
Critics say America doesn't have any heroes anymore, but people who know this man disagree. They say he's got the stuff that real-life heroes are made of. 12 years ago, he made headlines as the reform warden who launched a crusade to clean up America's most disgraceful prison in Arkansas. His name is Tom Merton. Following his dismissal from the Arkansas prison system, Tom taught criminology at the University of Minnesota for 9 years. Today, he lives on a farm in Oklahoma, blacklisted by the powerful people he opposed.
I am essentially locked out of the field. So what I'm saying is we both won. They won because I'm locked out of the field totally, and there's nothing I can do except look through these old files of applications. But I won because I didn't compromise, didn't forfeit my integrity. I know who I am, and I'm as happy as a clam at high tide.
Tom Merton is back in the news again. The reason is a startling new Robert Redford movie called Brubaker, a film based on Tom's book, Accomplices to the Crime.
I'm the new warden here. My name's Henry Brubaker.
I figure most of you guys belong here. Basically, you don't have any respect for other people or yourselves.
How many men are buried out there? You wouldn't even know, would you? That's murder they're talking about in there. And if they condone it, how are you going to turn around and tell these guys why they're locked up?
I think the film is very authentic from two standpoints. One, it actually portrays correctly the essence of what went on in the Arkansas prison and what goes on in most prisons. It also captures the dynamics and interrelationships that go on between people in power and those who would like to be in power.
And as for any heroics the movie credits him with, Tom Merton characteristically declines being called a hero.
I've always maintained that I'm not a hero. I just do what needs to be done. It may take a little courage, but I don't see it as being a hero. If I'm a hero, then America's in trouble.
Linda Marzinski is labeled socially disabled. She's 30 years old. She was born a triple congenital amputee without both arms and one leg. But there's something you should understand about Linda. Her handicap isn't going to stop her. She drives herself to work every day. She's a senior education specialist with Prudential. Linda has, through the years, won the respect of everyone she works with. This lady of courage and dignity is an amazing inspiration to everyone she knows. What have been the stumbling blocks you've had to overcome?
Well, mostly it's other people's attitudes. I've pretty much developed my attitude as to how I'm going to deal with my disability. And they just have a problem on the other side, taking a look and first assuming what I can't do rather than what I can do. Now, you develop a lot more patience. You also develop, I think, a little bit more of an ability to take a second look at people, because you try to look maybe a little closer beyond what a person comes across as, like on a first meeting kind of thing, because you already know that people are judging you by your looks because of your disability. Everybody in this society is very body conscious, and you try to take a second look, and it's something that I've learned to do simply because I don't like people taking their first impression of me from what my disability looks like. And probably a little bit of courage and a little bit of extra fight, because you have to take people to task about, hey, is this the disability that they're worried about or the person they're worried about? You know, I can be walking in a shopping center or whatever, and I'm totally aware of people watching me, but you get so used to that. It's like you standing up on stage and acting. You get used to people watching you in every move you make up on stage, and it's just about the same as me. I'm playing a part in a sense that it's actually me that's on stage all the time, and you get used to that. The only time it really hurts is maybe when, as I said before, someone takes a look and immediately says, no, Linda, you can't do that, because when I know that I can do it. And you just get, I don't know if it's so much hurt as frustrated. I try very hard to make people comfortable with my disability or with me, simply because I think the more that people are in touch with someone with a disability, the more comfortable they'll be with anybody with any kind of disability. My parents have always encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to do. I'm 30 years old, and back then it was a thing to hide people with disabilities away, never take them out of the house. It was always hush hush. We never talked about them. Where my family, I went to restaurants, I went shopping, I did anything. My sister and brother and I did everything under the sun. And I was never closeted away or treated as if I was different. They never saw it as a disability. They saw only my abilities, and we had to work around the things I couldn't do.
You've accomplished a lot. You have a whole lot to be proud of against some, what most of us would consider insurmountable odds. Is there anything you yet want in your life, with your life, that you're still working toward?
Well, I guess I'm still looking for that right person to share my life with, and he will come along when he is good and ready and when the good Lord pleases.
Are you ever angry? Are you ever bitter that it was you that was born with this disability rather than someone else?
No, I have a pretty strong faith that I was, I was born this way for a reason.
I'd like you to meet Nicholas Martin. Well, it's Nicholas Martin Vogley. He's the newest member of the Vogley family. He doesn't belong to me, but I'm delighted to hold him. We have the entire Vogley family with us today. They have a great joy of life, and they like to share it with their friends and with others. One way they do it is through music. I know that you're going to enjoy the song coming up. It's Alleluia, a traditional religious favorite. It's performed for you by Anna Mae Vogley.
Alleluia,
And thank you, Anna Mae Vagley. How nice to see you again.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
And thank you for sharing your newest edition of the family with me ever so briefly there.
Thank you.
He's nice. And we'd also like you to meet the rest of the family. First of all, may I introduce to you Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
And your dad. It's good to have you here, Fred.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here, Warren.
I do think that all of you have a great, more than a joy to be, more than a joy of life, but a great joy of happiness that you want to share with people.
We do. We think that this is, our whole family can share this together in music, and we have beginning to, with Stephanie, our oldest girl, having her joining us a lot of time in some songs, and we want to do one with her right now.
Okay. The song that you did here is from your newest album called God Is So Good, and that was written by one of your members of the family, wasn't it?
Well, actually, it's a traditional song, and it was arranged by our friend Rich Dworsky.
Okay.
Right.
Well, this one is definitely a family collaboration. Tell us about it,
Yes,
please.
it is. This is a little song about a little girl and a daddy who sit and talk together, and it's called Daddy, Will I Ever Be a Lady?
Okay. I know so many people have had an opportunity to hear you perform at various places, including, of course, St. Joan of Arc's Church. It's our opportunity now to let you hear them on What's New. We'll let you get into place here.
Good.
Stephanie and Fred Vagley.
Hey there, little lady, you used to be my baby. Now look at you, you've grown so tall. It's been just a while since we sat and talked and smiled, and I wonder now what you're thinking of. When I see you, I remember when I was a boy, and all the great dreams that I dreamed then. But the greatest dream I ever had was to dream someday I'd be your dad. Now tell me what you're dreaming of.
Daddy, will I ever be a lady and maybe have a baby of my own? I want to grow up and be like Mama and have someone like you to share my home.
I guess I'd better tell you, this world is full of trouble. Dreams like that may never come to pass. I wish I could say you'd live happily ever after, but I think you're old enough to understand. Still I can remember when I was a boy, and all the great dreams that I dreamed then. But the greatest dream I ever had was to dream someday I'd be your dad. Tell me again what you're dreaming of.
Daddy, will I ever be a lady and maybe have a baby of my own? I want to grow up and be like Mama and have someone.
Stand by.
Tomorrow, I invite you to join us as What's New goes backstage, behind scenes at the Guthrie Theater, and we give you a private peek.
We'll also hear the music of Blueberry Bill Hood, some bluegrass stomping. In the meantime, you have a good day. Stay cool.